We just need to look for a way to stop the female killings. Anytime I hear that a girl has been murdered somewhere, it actually saddens my heart. Every now and then we keep on hearing that a girl has been murdered. Please, let us not forget that these girls, they are our daughters, they are our sisters, they are our wives, even our mothers. Please, allow me to show you few ones that have been murdered in a very short time. Some of them have suspects, while some of them don't have. Please, take a look. May the gentle souls rest in peace once more. You can only imagine the pains the families are going through right now. Anyways, let's start with Priscilla Ocheme, the 28-year-old girl that lost her life on the 22nd of September 2024 at Lugbe, Abuja, Nigeria. If it was a murder or an accident, it's not clear yet, but according to the elder sister, Grace Ocheme, she said Priscilla was a student of McDonald University in Nigeria, and that was where she met this young man here. His name is Ekosoi Evis, also known as Richard. He's from Edo State and is a 30-year-old man that lives at Lugbe, Abuja, Nigeria. But not much is known about this young man here because Priscilla did not share enough details about him with anybody. Priscilla and Richard dated for a year and a half. It was at the middle of the second year that she suddenly left the school and told the family that she is not returning back to that school. So the family members were shocked and asked her, why are you not going back to that school? She didn't go into details, but she insisted that if she returns to that school, she was going to die. It was the younger brother that told the family that she left the school because of Richard. So at that point, it was clear that she has broken up with Richard and they have cut all contacts. So the mother had to accept her decisions and got her admission into another university, which is Adeleke University at Osun State. That was where she finished her studies and graduated in 2019. So after 7 years, just few weeks before the incident happened, Priscilla and Richard reconnected. But how they managed to reconnect, nobody knows. But it was reported that Priscilla visited Richard multiple times. And those times that she visited Richard, she had gone there with her younger brother Daniel. Just the one time she didn't go there with her younger brother that this tragedy struck. You can just imagine why she always go there with her younger brother. For me, I feel that she has never been secure being around that guy. Or could we say she was just trying to prevent any form of privacy that could lead to anything, or rather for anything not to happen? We don't know. This is how they got to find out what happened. According to the elder sister Grace, she said on Sunday morning, the 22nd of September 2024, Priscilla called her to send her money, which she did. But surprisingly to her, throughout that Sunday, Priscilla did not call her at least to acknowledge that she got the money or she did not. That was pretty much unlike Priscilla that she knows very well. She will always call concerning that money. So the next day being Monday, she called Priscilla's line multiple times. Her phone was switched off. So she had to go to the family house to ask the mother if she has seen Priscilla. The mother said no, that she had not seen Priscilla. So she called the younger brother Daniel. It was Daniel that confirmed to her that Priscilla went to visit Richard. So immediately called Richard. Richard said Priscilla actually came to visit him on Sunday and she left the same Sunday at about past 9. So according to him, he said earlier that night he ordered food for both of them to eat. So at about 9 o'clock, he drove out to go and get the food. On his way coming back, he sighted a girl that looks like Priscilla on top of a motorcycle that was going opposite direction. So he quickly called Priscilla to confirm if she was the one. Priscilla said that she was the one and she was already going home. That's all he knows. She then told him to go to any police station in that area to make a report about Priscilla, which he did. So she and her uncle also went to about 3 police stations in that area to make the same report. So it was one of the stations there that told them that there was a report about 2 motorcycles that collided and a young girl died in the process. So the DPO brought the picture out and to their greatest surprise, it was Priscilla. And the same DPO advised them to bury Priscilla immediately because she sustained a very serious injury. So she and her uncle later asked the DPO What about the two men that brought Priscilla to the station? The DPO told them that they didn't take down any information about the two men. They just brought Priscilla to the station and they left. It was at that point that she and her uncle suspected that that police station must have been compromised, because how possible that two men brought a dead body to the station and left it there without the information being taken down? So they had to immediately make a request for the case to be transferred to State Criminal Investigation Department, which they did. So from that State Criminal Investigation Department, they called the DPO and he told them that investigation is still ongoing. So they had to refer them back to the DPO to go and wait for the outcome of the investigations. So Richard has been released while investigation is still ongoing, and autopsy has not been carried out on Priscilla's dead body to know the actual cause of her death. And she has confirmed that she has gone to the mortuary to see Priscilla's dead body. She said no bruises or scratches on her body to show that she actually fell from a motorcycle that collided with another motorcycle. Even her jean and shirt she was putting on was still intact. The only injuries she had was that she had a deep cut on one side of her head, and that cut looked like a specific target, and little blood coming out from her nose and mouth. All this put together shows that according to her, she said Priscilla, her sister, didn't die a natural death. Anyways, may her gentle soul rest in peace once more. Now, let me take you through the reasons that made the family and friends to say she was murdered, not the accident that the police authorities are saying. One, when she was 17 years old and still schooling at Mandona University, she left the entire school because of Richard. That tells you that she never wanted to be close to Richard anymore. Two, she reconnected with Richard after 7 years. And she visited Richard multiple times. And those times she visited Richard, she went there with the younger brother. Just one time she didn't go there with the younger brother. That was when the tragic incident happened. That tells you that she has never been secured being around Richard. Three, while DPO was addressing them, Richard stood up multiple times to take bottled water from DPO's table without any form of remorse or even taking permission from the DPO. That tells you that there's some kind of familiarity between both of them. And coupled with the fact that the DPO advised them to go and bury Priscilla immediately because she sustained a serious injury, while the family are still trying to figure out what must have killed their sister. That was why they thought that maybe the DPO was trying to cover up something. Four, when they finally brought the two men that claimed that they are the ones that brought Priscilla's dead body to the station, the time they said they brought Priscilla's dead body to the station is totally different from the time Richard said he spoke with Priscilla last. According to Richard, he said he spoke with Priscilla around 9:14 p.m. while those men said they brought Priscilla to the station between 8 and 9. So there's disparities between those timing. 5, according to them, after the accident happened, they pick up a phone to call the tailor and they called the auntie. They didn't call anybody on the call log, and they didn't even call Richard, the last person she spoke to. They didn't call the brother, they didn't call the sister, they didn't call the mother. And one other thing is that her phone is an iPhone that is passworded. How did they manage to open the phone and make a call with it? That is the big question to answer. 6, investigations are still ongoing and autopsy has not been carried out on Priscilla's body to know the actual cause of her death. Richard, the person of interest, has been released. So all this put together, the family are not convinced that their daughter died of an accident. May her gentle soul rest in perfect peace once more. Please, if you have anything to say about this story, kindly leave your comment in the comment section. Please like, share, and subscribe or follow.